Welcome back, Littermates, to Boss Kitty. How is everybody? I've got a con here. I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, I'm not muted. Sweet. I'm so excited to be here. He's not. He's not excited at all. He's quite upset about it, actually. Whoop. He's so upset that he's just told me to F right off. How is everybody? It's so good to see everyone. Hello, hello. We haven't been here in, whoopsies, a good month or so, I want to say. It's been a hot minute since we've done an actual live stream. So, oh my gosh, come here, bud. Daddy's going to try to help get you down. He's freaking out right now. Nope. He's old, you guys. He's getting real old. He's like 12 years old at this point. Oh, buddy. That was not graceful at all. Oh no. Oh my goodness. So happy Friday to everyone. I hope you all can hear me. And I'm always nervous about that, but we have the new mic cord on, so this should not be an issue. I should be able to do this and this and this and this with no problem. You're so excited for some BK tonight, even if Con is being a grump. I think we're all kind of being grumps. Like, it's really warm. You guys get sweaty, stringy hair tonight because it's super, super warm. I have so much to share with you guys. So we've been a little MIA as far as streaming goes and content other than, like, you know, quick videos or pictures on social media. But we've been really busy trying to get floof and super floof out. We've been in the middle of Tour de Fleece. Right now, just in case you aren't aware, super floof, which is our higher end specialty fiber, is in the store, and it is 10% off until the end of the month. And we're going to show that off here in a little bit. At 6 o'clock on our patron site, 6 p.m. Pacific time, which I don't know what time it is right now. So in 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. In 15 minutes or so, we will, we have polls going on our patron site. So if you are a patron at the second tier or higher, you're able to vote. That's one of the perks as a patron. And we have decided to do a holiday colorway in November, and then sometime in the spring we're also doing a set of minis, and those are colorways that our patrons get to vote on. So if you are tier 2 or higher, so that's Gracie's Gang, Cult of Con, or Hazel's Heroes, you can go over to patreon.com/bosskitty and you can vote on how that color is going to work for our holiday colorway. You get to vote. So originally they voted on, I think it was the, let me get it up real quickly. I think it's, I don't know if I've got it on here, but they voted on like the type, which was vintage, I think they went with. Right now they're voting on kind of the theme. So I think fantasy holiday is in the lead right now. Let me double check that though. It's on my phone, but I don't know if it's here on the computer. I can't imagine it's not. Hold on one second. Oh, you really gonna make me like log into Patreon for realsies? You jerks. Okay, hold on. I just want to log in. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Yes, that's me. Promise. Okay, so let me get this up for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, I have to switch over. Right now I'm under member status instead of creator status. There we go. Maybe. It's taking a hot minute. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's get to our insight. No, where do I want to go from here? I'm looking for our, I don't want all this information. I want to show the post. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. So this is an example. This is the patron exclusive colorway. Well, I went the other way because that's what I thought you were talking about. This is the patron exclusive colorway poll number 2 for the palette. And we've got wintry, traditional holiday, pop culture holiday, and seasonal fantasy. Right now, seasonal fantasy is winning. Hello, JK. How are you? I know, right? So inconvenient. I know it's good, but like it drives me crazy when it wants me to like put a code in and TK's got his phone and that's where it goes to, and vice versa. It's a whole thing. But anyway, so right now, seasonal fantasy is working. And this is for the palette that we would go with. They did another one earlier. The first poll, there's 3 polls you get to do for each color, or for each colorway that we do. So the holiday one was for the tone. And we did pastels, jeweled tones, vintage, or neon. And they chose vintage. So right now it's going to be vintage. If this doesn't change in the next 10 or 15 minutes, then it looks like it's going to be vintage with a seasonal fantasy palette. And then the final poll, which will go up tomorrow. Don't or do? The final poll that goes up tomorrow, correct? TK, come back for a moment. He's gone. Is going to talk about the type. So is it going to be speckled? Is it going to be solid? Is it going to be multicolor? That type of thing. So as patrons, you guys get to have access to a say in that. So that's the first thing. The second thing regarding that, it's been a month since you've been here. Oh, thank you, Sierra. It's good to see you as well. The other part of that is that if you are there's a lot to this. So that colorway will be available to all patrons. They will be able to purchase it. It is a patron exclusive colorway. I think TK has to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what we agreed on. However, if you are a Hazel's Hero and you're annual, you get a free skein of that, which is awesome. Like shipping and handling is covered, and we will send that skein out to you. You have to be an annual Hazel's Hero, so that's top tier. If you are an annual, and you also get the mini skeins that come out for free in the springtime, right? Which are also patron exclusive. If you are an annual Cult of Con, you get the mini skeins that come out in the spring for free. You don't get both, but you get the mini skeins. I know there's so many things going on. The final poll will go up tomorrow. So much stuff going on. So that's one of the many new perks that we are adding to our patrons list. And we're going to have that finalized and pounded out. Wow. In August. Like that's when that'll start. There is a video in there, and I might show you guys a little clip of it. It's you can join Patreon, by the way, for free. You don't have to join at one of the tiers. You'll get some of that information, like the video as an example. We're going to be doing blogs once a month for everybody that I'm going to write. And that'll be available at all of the paid level tiers. And then the free level, they will get an excerpt from the blog. So they might get one of the articles or something, just kind of like a tease. So there's stuff for everybody in there. Once we have it all official, I think we'll probably put it in Discord as well, which gets me into Discord. We're going to be updating our Discord. We're going to be cleaning it, kind of trying to reorganize it a little bit. You know, you got an ADHD girl who's like, let's add this and this and this and this and this. And then it gets to be a hot mess, which you are all well aware that's what my brain looks like. Available to all paid tiers on Black Friday. There we go. On Black Friday, it is available to all paid tiers. But if you are an annual Hazel's Hero, you will get a free skein sent to you, no additional cost. Yeah, I know. It's hard. I haven't done this in so long. Like, I feel like I'm back on Twitch, and it's 1999. Jesus Christ. It's 2019. I'm just, this is. Who knows? I might have had a margarita, too, but that shouldn't be doing this. So that's a lot of information. There will be more information throughout the evening, but I'm going to stop with the info, and I'm going to show off some pretties now, because, you know, that's how things work. You're supposed to give info and then show things so that people's brains can take stuff in. I learned that in a class because I'm cool. So, like I said, it's been a month. I know TK was putting show and tell up, so we will have a show and tell for everybody, but I have a little show and tell for you guys. I finished my sweater, which I'm very excited about. I need to get it blocked, though. It's not blocked yet. It's been so hot. Like, just balls to the wall hot. 1990s, I was pretty much AOL only. Elizabeth, same. Oh my gosh, that's where I learned. Well, that's not true. I did a lot of high fantasy freeform role playing in AOL chat, and I need to put high fantasy in the front of that so it doesn't sound dirty. Because I mean, we were 13, 14. It was kind of dirty sometimes, but it wasn't dirty. Not really. I still need to weave ends in, apparently. I thought I had got all those. Apparently not, though. So this is, I'm going to show it off here. This is my Snow Pine sweater by Woolen Pine. You can kind of see it here. It's a little hard to see because, you know, it's a lot of sweater. But it is done in a fingering weight cat's cradle, and it's done in, I am a little off center. There we go. Tea Time of the Soul. That's the main body section. And then over here for the sleeves, I went ahead and used Victoria. It is 100% my size. I'm very excited about And then the green little confetti pieces, those are Forest Park. And I was going for kind of a vintage strawberry shortcake look. Hi Jesse, how are you? Oh, so good to see you. Yeah, so I really love how it turned out. It's really cute on too, like super, super, super flattering. You can't really tell right now, but it's lightweight. It's super flattering. The raglan type of look with the, the baseball kind of t-shirt look really is nice. Makes you look busty without looking like it's too tight on, all those things. Like it's really comfortable, you guys. I might actually like this more than my soundtrack sweater when all is said and done. I'm not sure yet, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I was on Sleeve Island, though, way longer than I should have been. Show and Tell July is now live in Discord. Thank you, TK. You were going for Alice in Wonderland, but misspelled. Oh, that's amazing, Dwiddledee. So my first AOL name was Kooshball 13, I think. I could be wrong. I don't remember. And then all names went out the window because, like I said, I did a lot of high fantasy role playing. So it was a lot of character names that I came up with, and they were terrible. I love seeing new combinations of your colorways. Thank you, Yarn Pirate. So the next thing I'm going to show off to you guys, I'm not going to give a lot of detail on. It is a test knit. The pattern is not out yet. The pattern will be out, I think, in the next month. I know the test knit's closed on it, so I am going to show it off. Not only is it a test knit, but it has yarn in it that is not available in our store yet. So both of those things are coming soon to a Ravelry and a shop near you. And I will post the pattern in Discord and Patreon, and obviously this will go on my social media once she's released the pattern, but until then I'm just showing it off. Okay, are you guys ready? Because this is kind of my pride and joy right now. This is not just my pride and joy as far as like I love this piece. I'm so proud of the yarn that was used in it. I really had to put this yarn to the test, and it surpassed all expectations. I'm gonna make sure something. I thought I had a mistake in here. It's not a mistake. We're good. Oh wait, there. It's not a mistake. Sweet, cool. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna show this off. You guys ready? So this is a sweater vest, obviously. You can see my little nubbies. It is done in Balrog, BKDK, but it is held with mohair ball, and it is held in mohair ball in Balrog, which is not available in the shop yet. So we're going to be dyeing up some Balrog, Forest Park, Larkspur, possibly Tales from St. Olaf or Victoria, maybe Clockwork. I don't know. But there's going to be some undertones in there, some more darker colors, because this turned out just so fantastic. I was really concerned that doing darker, more luxurious colors in mohair would not do anything when you hold it with itself with the same color. It gives it so much extra depth, you guys. There's just so much going on with this. So this particular pattern, it does come in two different sizes. It comes in a cropped size, which is stinking cute. It goes up to like a 5 or 6X, I think. And then it also comes in a full size. Now the full size, I have a really long torso. Like I have a redonkulously large torso, or long torso, large, whatever. I have short little stubby legs. They're adorable. And a long torso. My mother is over 6 feet tall, and I'm 5'7". And when I'm sitting next to her, I look like I'm taller than her because she's all legs, and everything in me is torso. So the full length for me was still too short. I didn't like that it hit me right at my belly button, basically. So I added an additional 2 inches onto the bottom of this. I will let you know that it was very easy to convert. The pattern was easy to read. They gave great instruction on how to convert it. And on top of that, it has half sizes, which is phenomenal. Yeah? I'm a little rhino. What are you talking about? Because I'm just rushing right through stuff? I am. Little legs. Little T-Rex. I'm not bullheaded. Rude. I need some water, you guys. Gardening for a Smile. It feels like it's been forever since I've done a live. So it might not be, the last time you were here might have been the last time we were alive. It's so good to see all of you, though. Seriously. This has been a weird summer. Anyway, so this is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I'm very sad because it's so damn hot that I can't wear it. I finished it on like a 98-degree day. So I haven't actually, I've had it on briefly just to be like, oh, this is lovely, and then take it the fuck off, right? So I don't even have pictures of it yet. So let's see. I want to take a moment. It's like a cozy fall hug. It is. You love the color and the pattern is beautiful. And I will post, like I said, I will post the hell out of that pattern once it's available. So, one second, my loves. So they're not available in the store yet, like I said, but here are some of those colors I was talking about. So this is the Balrog that I used, and it's really lovely. Larkspur came out, just, it's super decadent. It's got a lot of depth going on. Same with Forest Park, like those greens with that brown. It's so yummy, you guys. So those turned out really good. I'm very happy with them. Regarding the mohair, this is very important. If you haven't used mohair before because you're afraid of it, I have a story for you. I made this vest. I had to make it 3 times. I screwed it up 3 times. The pattern was fine. It was me. That meant I had to take the whole thing out and frog it and separate the DK weight yarn from the mohair. If you've used mohair before, you will know that it is horribly unforgiving when you have to frog because it wants to felt on itself, right? So I was very concerned. But I was like, you know what? I guess I'm putting this to the test because I've also been very, very, very careful about how I dye it so it doesn't get felty. I was successfully able to frog it and separate it 3 different times. It broke twice. It might have broke 3 times in 3 different places, which is to be expected. I think the DK might have broken at one point. There's no nap issue. There's no felting issue. I didn't have an issue where it changed the material at all. It's still super soft. It was still enjoyable to work with. There was very little dander left over from like the halo just coming off everywhere. Oh, thank you. You're right, Yarn Pirate. If you can find a good mohair, use it because it's so delightful. If it's bad mohair, I don't blame you. That's why we started dyeing mohair. So I highly, highly, highly recommend our mohair. Not just because it's ours. So yeah, it was great. The other thing about the mohair, there was something else and I can't remember what it was. I'm sure I'll figure it out and I'll come back to it. But anyway, so yeah, that is that. It is. Ooh, you guys got 2 minutes to go and vote before that closes down. I'm looking to see because I have a list of all the things I'm supposed to talk about, but I don't suppose I have to talk about them all up front, right? We talked about that. We talked about that. Yeah, let's spin for a little bit and just chill. Like, you know, give myself a break here. Plus, technically, Tour de Fleece is still going on. So, I have been not great about my spinning. I always have high hopes, expectations of myself, and then, you know, here we are. So I'm going to spin a little bit, and then we'll show off the super floof here in a bit. So I am spinning up some Shetland, and this Shetland is from, a lot of you watched me actually process some of this. This is from my friend Victoria's sheep, her Shetland, named Sarah. She has 3 of them. They were named after the Sanderson sisters. Sarah has unfortunately passed away. I got 2 of her coats, including her first coat, which is great, which is what this is. And I found this really amazing cleanser, like fiber cleanser. It's like unicorn scrub or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. And it just, like, it's so white, you guys. I'm sitting here picking stuff out of it because it still has a lot of junk in it because I don't have a professional mill to get all of this out. So that's an issue. But mostly, I mean, generally speaking, I mean, look at this. It's super white. I was able to put it on a drum carder and mostly get it all in the same direction. And so that's what I've been spinning. That's it right here. Somewhere I have a skein of it plied up. I just don't know where it is right now, or I'd have TK grab it. It might be on that table. Anyway. But that's what I've been working on. My goal is, and it won't go, it's not going to happen through here, obviously, but through Tour de Fleece. But my goal is to spin up this whole entire fleece and then to make Victoria something out of it because she lost her sweet sheepy. So that's my goal. Thank you, Moonbo. What are we voting? I have not been. Oh, okay. So if you are a patron at the second tier or higher, so that's Gracie's Gang, Cult of Con, Hazel's Heroes, then you have voting rights. Congratulations. And right now we are voting on the holiday colorway. There's 3 different polls that are going to be run. The first one was type, and you guys chose vintage. This one, tone, I'm sorry. You guys chose a vintage tone. This poll is for the palette, and I believe right now Fantasy Holiday is in the lead. Well, can we keep it open for a second because somebody just asked about it? Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys till 6:05, 6:10. 6:10's good. But vintage holiday, or I'm sorry, holiday Fantasy Holiday is in the lead right now. So that means that the tone would be a vintagey tone, and that the palette is going to be like fantasy-esque colors for the holiday. So whatever that's inspired by me. And then the next poll will open tomorrow, and that's type, correct? Like speckled, multicolor, solid. Yeah. Like, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to fully be that thing. Like if you pick speckled, there will be speckles in the yarn. That doesn't mean the whole thing's going to be just speckled, because that gets boring sometimes. It's whatever strikes my fancy in the moment. But you guys will love it, whatever it is. The colorway itself will be available to all paid tiers of Patreon on Black Friday, because it is a patron exclusive color. That includes Zuzu's level of Zealots. And that's the $1 level. If you're an annual Hazel's Hero subscriber, so top tier annual subscriber, you will get a free skein sent to you, shipping and handling included. If you are a annual subscriber of Cult of Con, you get the free mini skeins that will come out in the springtime, which are also patron exclusive colorways. Mini skeins, whatever you want to call them. What are we calling them? We're not calling them kittens, are we? We don't know what we're calling them yet. Maybe it will be kittens. It's been a hot minute. So there's that info. Hi, Panda. It's going great. How are you? Name them after the community. Call them Littermates. I might. We'll talk about it. It is cute. TK thinks we should call them Littermates. So, Panda, I have not finished your book yet. I have started it though, and what I've read, I've really loved. I've just been super busy this past month. If you guys didn't know, Miss Panda here has published a book. She is an author, and it's a fantasy novel. It's lovely. Also, the art, she did the art on it, and it is super gorgeous. So check it out. You just got your braids of floof, Balrog Clockwork, and you forgot the third. I think you got, did you get Princess of Mars? I think you might have got Princess of Mars. I'm not sure. Maybe not.
I almost died.
Why did you almost die?
I stepped aside of my foot, my leg went up from under me, my sock slid on the floor, and I caught myself. Otherwise, I would have gone down with full hands into the coffee table.
Oh, no. So this is her book. It's called Fate of Ruin. Like I said, it's beautiful. It's a little dusty right now because it's been in the other room. But like I said, the artwork is just gorgeous. Just everything about it has been wonderful, and it's written really well. I love the way you write. Like, you really get into a character's mindset, and I think that's fantastic. You were trying to get an audiobook started, but your Kickstarter hasn't been so good. Kickstarters are rough sometimes. We tried to do one at one point in time not for Boss Kitty, for something else. And we really thought that we had, that it would go really well, because all these people were like, yeah. And they shared the hell out of it. It's just getting people to commit to things like that. But you know what? I appreciate audiobooks, but I love reading books, man. I think it was Larkspur, actually. Oh, there you go. Yearning for a smile. You what? I'm lost. Okay, let's see what time it is. You guys have 5 more minutes till we're going to close that poll. It is very hard, yeah. I have no idea how to close a poll, so that'll be interesting. So do you guys see these little slubs that are coming through? I'm totally fine with those. Like I want that in this particular fiber. I want it to look woodsy and outdoorsy and to have those little slubby slubs in there. The skein that I did, so I'm chain plying it, which means it's being plied upon itself, right? So it's like a 3-ply chain or a 3-ply yarn. It's super soft. I expected that it was going to be kind of scritchy and uncomfortable. And I mean, maybe it's not something I would make underwear out of, but it's much softer than I anticipated. 25 to 33% funded in the first day to gain traction through the algorithm. Oh, man, you know what? Fuck algorithms. It's always about the algorithm, isn't it? Your kids distract you so much that you can pause instead of figuring out where you're. That's a good point. It's a very good point. Show and tell is hard when it's been so long since you've shared. I feel you. And hopefully that means we have an extra long show and tell. You bought As You Wish. It's so pretty. It's sitting on your desk. You're still trying to decide what it wants to be. I saw you post about it. Yarning for a Smile, you have a lovely YouTube site as well, correct? You guys should go check it out because I watched a few of her streams and her videos, and you guys would really like it. It's very uplifting, very supportive, lots of knowledge, lots of different yarns, which I love, obviously. I do have sad news, my lovely Littermates. Maybe it's not sad news. TK pointed out to me that now that we dye fiber, we have to change our slogan. It can't be yarn so boss you'll knit your pants anymore, which was already kind of, exclusive to crocheters and weavers and felters. Not that you can really felt with much of my yarn since most of it is superwash in some capacity. But he was like, yeah, we have to figure something else out. So that's going to have to be retired, but it'll still be in my heart of hearts because it still is by far the most clever thing that TK and I have ever come up with. You reach 40% on your Kickstarter and then stuck there. It's been stuck there. How long is it open? And you posted it in our Discord, yeah? Okay. Stop that for a second. And this is the funny part about this is that when I'm spinning, so when I wash it, a bunch of stuff comes out. When I put it through the drum carter, a bunch of stuff comes out. I pick stuff out of it, and then when I'm spinning it, a bunch of it comes out right here. So there's still stuff in here, but it's not nearly as much as it could be. It's got like 5 days left. I'll go ahead and share it on my page, and then I'll share it on my personal page as well. I don't mind supporting. I think it was in general. I'll find it and pin it or tag it. Yarn so boss, you knit your pants in fiber so contagious that buying it will be contagious. Oh, that's good. I love it. Okay, so you guys got 2 minutes until that poll is closed. Let's go see how things are going. This poll is tricky sometimes though, and I have to, at least on my phone, I have to like force stop it to get it to refresh. Well, that's interesting. TK, did you already close it? No, there it is. Okay, so right now we have 38% for wintry. We have traditional holiday is 6%, pop culture holiday is 0%, and seasonal fantasy is 56%. So I'm going to guess that we're going to end up with seasonal fantasy. You never know what could happen though. We have 16 votes total. And for the first poll, we ended up with 18 votes total. And like I said, that was vintage is the tone that we decided to go with. So yeah, you got 1 minute left, and then I'm going to come in here. I don't know how to shut it down though. I have to figure that out. Like I didn't know there was even a way to do that. But clearly there is. TK, how do I shut down a poll? I've never done that part before. I just leave them open because why not? poll ended. So that one ended and you can end it. That's cool. Well, why? I'm looking at other stuff too. Okay. Now it's on the screen. There you go. So you guys get to learn something. It's already locked. Go to more. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Edit. Uh-huh. Set end date. Today. Right now. Yes, that's perfect. How do I... End poll now. Wait, there's an end poll now. There's an end poll now. Next. Done. Save. Excellent. So that poll has been closed. Yep, poll ended July 19th. So yeah, we're doing seasonal fantasy, you guys. I'm really excited about that one, actually. Vintage seasonal fantasy. Now I just need to know if it's going to be speckled, solids, or multicolors. Tell no one. Okay, so that's how that works. We will have our next poll for patrons for the patron exclusive colorway out tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for that. It'll be the final one for this. Oh, little Brad, it's so good to see you. We're spinning fiber. We're spinning Shetland, which sounds funny. TK? Anyway. So that's how that works. And then what else are we going to talk about? Oh. So I told you guys about the patron exclusive colorways. Super exciting. You know, we do a super large box set in the springtime, right? This year we did brain. The Fibers, the Dreamers, and You, our Jim Henson tribute, right? And it was a success. It was beautiful. It's the first time that we've done box sets on all of our bases. So you had the option for Cat's Cradle, BKDK, Kitty Glitter, Floof, and Super Floof. You didn't have Mohair Ball because that was not about to happen. Sorry, guys. It was a lot. It was overwhelming. And in a good way. Like, it went really well. We enjoyed it. That was the really big one. Normally, that's all we do. Like, we stopped doing we used to do 4 box sets a year. We stopped doing that, dwindled it down to 2, then just to 1. We have decided to go ahead and bring back our fall box set. So we will be doing a box set in October. The box set in October will not be super big the way that the springtime one is. So you're not going to get the double set where you get to pick and choose what you want. It's going to be one set like we used to do OG style. You will still have the option for all of the different bases. And there will still be a... there will still be a specialty colorway in there for patrons, I believe. I have to double check that part with TK. We're still working the kinks on that one out. But it will be a smaller, more original type of box set. I do already know what the theme is. I'm not going to reveal it tonight because that's too much information. And that's actually information that I have to give our patrons before I give anybody else. So, but I'm very excited about it. It is something very much outside of our normal scope. So it's not our normal, thing that we do. But I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and lovely, and we'll see how it goes. But that will be in October. It's your son's birthday month. Do you think that's a good enough reason? I think it's a great reason. What do you mean you can't literally include everything in the kitchen sink in a box? I know, right? It's exhausting. Like, we did that box set and it had... was it 10 colorways? Could you imagine if we tried to do like the Doctor Who where we did like 12 colorways? We did all 10 of those colorways in every single type of everything that we made. I was so exhausted afterwards. It was worth it, but I was exhausted. You really loved the Lord of the Rings box set that you won literally 20 minutes after you first jumped into your stream. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic memories. So, about the Lord of the Rings box set, that's where Mithril came from, right? So a lot of our box sets, our old box sets, people are like, oh, why don't you bring these colors back? And we've thought about it, but they don't really work as well on yarn sometimes, or we've changed the way that we dye yarn. With Floof, I can bring versions of those colorways back. That's how you guys got Reborn in Fire, as an example. October 18th, yeah. My father-in-law's birthday is October 13th. So So yeah, you will definitely see some of those old box set colorways being represented on Floof and Super Floof in the future. Not necessarily now. I think Reborn in Fire is the only one we have in Craft Girl Summer. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's the periodic table colorway. That's amazing. Sorry, I'm just reading. Hi, Abby. How are you? I am great. Kitchen sink sounds like a cute yarn name. I know. It should just have everything on it. It's like the everything bagel of yarn. Okay. So since we're talking about Floof anyway, you guys know Super Floof has been available now for, well, since the beginning of the year, technically. We've added some colors to it that we've gone over. I think I've shown them off on the show. If I haven't, let me know and we'll go over those. However, right now, I'm going to show off some of the Super Floof colors because we just released those. So bear with me because I have to grab them. Okay. So we're going to do these. Whoopsies. We're going to do these one at a time. This one right here, this is all Super Floof. So I'm going to take my rings off because I don't want to screw up the fiber, right? Super Floof is a blend of super fine merino wool. It's 70% super fine merino wool and 30% mulberry silk. What a freaking little silver mind of rings that I wear. Oh my gosh, my hands feel so weird. And as you can see, what this does to the fiber, or what it does to the color rather, is it gives it this crazy depth. So the undertones on this are stunning. What you end up with is you end up with these kind of silvery, shiny, silky areas that take to different colors than the merino does. So you get a lot of the deep velvety burgundies in the merino, but then the copper tones from the brass monkey really pop through on that silk. And it's so lovely, you guys. The tones on it are amazing. Okay, so that's that colorway. Let's do this one right here. So this is Henson and Oz. It is very bright. It's actually not showing up nearly as bright on here. It is, but it's reflective, so it's looking a little washed out. But this is Henson and Oz. It's got your pinks, your white, and your bright green for Kermit, and it's so beautiful. It looks like springtime. This is available on Floof too, although we don't have any in stock right now. Once again, you end up with these areas where, and you can kind of see it better that way. Is this better? No. Where that silk really comes through. Because there's so much white and lightness in this right now, it's very hard to show off on the camera. It doesn't reflect it's very reflective. You can see it right here though. It's really lovely. Love the silky bits of joy. Isn't the bright one wonderful? I love it too. It reminds me of spring. Exactly. Tinkerbell vibes. That's a good one too. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Now I want to do a freaking Peter Pan set. What else? Oh, yeah. Let's go back to those undertones for a moment. So this is Forest Park. Hold on one sec. Sorry. And as you can see, it also takes on all of it. So you get those really nice brass tones right in here. And then you get those lovely green tones that come through. I think that this actually takes Forest Park better than the Floof does. You certainly get more versatile, a more versatile look on it. There's more going on there, and it's just beautiful. It's very bright, isn't it? This is the one that blew my mind a little bit. I'm going to put these off to the side. And once again, camera does not do this justice because there are parts of this that just are not coming through. So this is Princess of Mars. Princess of Mars in Floof is actually brighter than it is in Super Floof. The merino really took to the blacks and the red tones that are mixed in the dye, much more like the yarn does, which makes sense because it's merino. The silk, on the other hand, just took the red. Check this out. Like, it's so stinking gorgeous. I can't wait to spin some of this up to see how it spins up. Like, if this was just the merino, I'd be like, oh, that's a pretty color. But the red, that deep, passionate, I'm going to slit your throat after we have the best sexy time ever. Red is just, it's so pretty, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited about this color. How the colorway changes with the silk. Isn't it insane? I know. And even with the merino versus the BFL, like the BFL seems to soak up some of that dye sometimes more vibrantly, which surprised me. Other times not. It just depends. It's very regal, the streaks. I know, right? This is another one that blew my mind and is probably my favorite way that we have ever displayed Bruiser. I'm not that's Bruiser, you guys. It's everything I ever wanted the color Bruiser to be, and apparently all I had to do was a silk merino blend. So that's not Bruiser, that's Shetland. So you get those brown tones from the brass monkey, right? And then there are so many flippin' layers on this. You've got these purplish red tones, which would be in a bruise, and then these deep dark purples that come through in the silk. Like it's like the merino itself took different layers, right? Because you can see that. But then the silk was like, oh, wait, hold my beer, and just went to crazy town. It is a marled effect. Yeah. So when I look at it, I mean, I see the bruise effect, which is what I was going for, but it also kind of looks like River Rock. I know, right? You're on pirate. Right now, I think there's only one of these in stock because we did take this to Cozy, not all of it. We took some of the undertones to Cozy, and this was one of the most popular colorways we sold. And then I sold another one the other day. This is Tea Time of the Soul. I will be honest, I don't know how long Tea Time is going to be in stock. I love it. I think it's really beautiful on this. It certainly has that serene look to it. Like check this out. That's just beautiful. However, it's very similar to Victoria when it comes to the super floof. And that doesn't happen in the yarn or in the BFL, the floof. So those are fine, but this is really similar. So I haven't decided yet if this is going to be permanent or if this will be one of those ones we rotate out. But it is lovely. It's absolutely lovely. But if it is a colorway that you're like, oh my God, I have to have that on super floof, I would recommend making sure that you get one of the bumps that has been dyed. Because like I said, I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it. I might just decide, yes, it's a thing and I want it, or we might not. You just got your first spindle and you're looking forward to being good enough to you are already good enough. You should always, okay, I take that back. Not that you're not good enough. Normally I would jump on you and be like, buy the thing you love and work with it first because that'll be enjoyable. I actually will say you should probably start with something other than merino or silk when you're first spinning just because it won't be enjoyable. You should still certainly buy a fiber that is pretty and appeals to you. A BFL is a great beginner's fiber. And in fact, we do have that same colorway in BFL, but like you can see, it's a little brighter and it doesn't have the same depth because it's just BFL, but it is available. So that is an option. It's Princess of Mars. BFL is really forgiving as a beginner's fiber. It's kind of sticky, so it likes to twist on itself. It doesn't have as many nubs as silk might have. It's not quite as finicky. So it's certainly a really great place to start. Like you can see, this would be a silk nub. It happens. So I bet you can all guess what colorway this is. This is Cynthia's Lunchbox. Once again, that flippin' silk is just like, look at me, I'm so fabulous. It's just wild the way that works out. Like you can see these like shiny little areas. It makes it more electric than I thought this color already was. The forbidden taste. You had a cray summer and just now getting back to normal. Oh, well, we've definitely missed you. We've got Balrog. Get all the things out of the way. So Balrog's always one of my favorite colors. Go figure. I just made a vest out of it. Karen over at Cozy loved it so much she bought some for herself. This color also has that really nice marbled effect. You've got, it almost looks like lightning. Larkspur especially does this, but yeah, you get these like gold brass monkey goldy streaks in there, and then you get that deep orange burnt color. It's so beautiful, you guys. I mean, look at that definition there. You're currently using Cynthia's Lunchbox, Cat's Cradle, signatures from Heat Vision God. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Eska. that pink was slapping you in the face and saying, yeah, look at me. Yeah, Cynthia's Lunchbox is one of the first colors we ever made. And that was the whole point of it, was we wanted yarn that was so bright and obnoxious that it forced people to smile while they were working with it. You should enjoy what you're doing and it should lift your spirits up, even for a hot second. That has oh, I know. Yeah. What else? I'm almost through. I promise. It's just so much and I'm so excited to show them to you. So Clockwork does the same thing. You get a lot of that definition going on. Clockwork is a really finicky color if you're unaware. Look at this. You like get these shines every now and then from the silk. It's just amazing. Sometimes it turns out more brown. Sometimes it turns out more blue-gray. This is a little more blue-gray, but I love it so much. You can see some of those more gold tones on the back side here. Oh, right there. That shine is just so good. They're just lovely colors. Oh, I pulled one out. So JK specifically asked if we would be doing mithril on our fiber. And I thought about it and I was like, probably not. I mean, maybe eventually on BFL, but meh. But on Superfloof, it made sense because you get that sheen, right? And so you get that metal vibe, which is the whole point of mithril. So I would love to introduce the most beautiful mithril in the whole world. You guys, it's so pretty. There's only 3 bumps of this available right now too. But yeah, you can see that gray comes out on that in the sheen and it really does make it look like it's some type of mithril metal. And then the merino kind of makes it look ethereal. So this could not be more perfect. Like I couldn't wish for anything better than this. Oh, I'm so sorry, Crocheted Hook. I'm glad that you get to spend the evening with us though, and that maybe that'll bring a smile to your face. This was another, you can't hear me right now. Oops. Don't fall. Off to the side. So this was another colorway that I did not have high hopes for. I mean, I really like it in I really liked it in the BFL in Floof, but not as much as I thought I was originally going to. But in Super Floof, like it blows my mind. So this is ectoplasm, you guys, and it's one of the most beautiful ways I've seen ectoplasm. Can you imagine this? And this plied together, like, oh my God, it's so pretty. So this might be one of my favorite of the solids that we have in Superfloof right now. It's just the way that silk just shines. It's so neat, you guys. Crappers and add that green. The 4 need to be a shawl for the love of fiber. Oh, they really do. Yes. You could do this and this. You could add some of this in there. But wait, there's actually another color you can add into this. I'm gonna make all of you cry since we're on this kick anyway, right? Let's do it that way, right? Oh gosh, you're so far down there. That was the wrong color. I'm a goon. There we go. Boop. So this is Craft Girl Summer, kids. Craft Girl Summer turned out much lighter in the Super Floof than it did on the Floof. And so it's, once again, I don't know if we'll be keeping it because it's so similar to Henson and Oz. But I think it's going to be okay. It doesn't technically have the screen in it. It has bath yellow in it. So I think that they're enough different that it'll work. But look at these together. It's so good. It's such a fun color. This is a really wonky braid. Let me find a better one. It's wonky because I braided it wonky. Like the fiber itself is fine, but I just wanted a nicer braid. That one's a little bit nicer. There you go. And you can see it's got these lovely blues in it. They have that silk pop. And you end up with these like pastel purples. So really it's like Craft Girl Summer has taken on a new life of its own in Super Floof, which is really neat, right? Where's my spoon? It looks like rainbow sorbet. Sorbet. It does. A rainbow sherbet, yeah. And yeah, these would make such a great shawl together. You could, there's a lot of ways you could do this. You could ply these 2 together and these 2 together. You could ply them like this. I think it would be really neat to choose one of these 2 colors, probably the purple, honestly, as much as I love this green, and get like 2 bumps of this and then ply both of those with each of these to tie them into each other. I think that would be really neat. Maybe even more so that you've got it solid as well. Or maybe do the ectoplasm solid so it's just green and then these are all plied together. Like that would be really cool, right? Craft Girl Summer and BKDK is what I dream of making a sweater with. Crochet Hooked. When you decide that you want that dream to come true, when you're ready for that dream to come true, message me. We do, all my stuff's covered in floof right now. We do custom orders. So as long as you order 4 or more skeins, you're fine. We can do that for you, even though we don't carry Craft Girl Summer in BKDK currently. Did I forget a color? I did. I forgot. Larkspur, but that's not the larkspur I want to show off. There was one that looks real good. I think I might have sold it. This will work. This is a little light. Like larkspurs come out both light and dark, but this is a good one. So it does come out darker than this sometimes too, which is great. There's some darker stuff in the studio right now, but you can see you get those shifts in color, and it's just beautiful. When it gets darker, the gold really pops on the silk, and it looks like gold lightning is being shot through the yarn or through the fiber. It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing anyway. Can we talk about my cute Paris shirt? Sure, we can. I was afraid you guys would think I was wearing scrubs. I got this at Goodwill. It was $7. It's Dip, which is, I think, like, none of you guys are from around. Well, some of you are from around here. It's a brand that's at Fred Meyer, which I guess would kind of be Kroger. But it's just a linen shirt with little pears on it, and it has a little tie at the bottom that you can't see. There's my little tie. Super comfortable. What I love the most about this shirt, I'm TMI, I'm sure. I'm going to not try to flash you guys. It's got this panel right here, like this, that goes on the inside. So that if, you know, as a girl who has some boobage, if there's a little bit of pull there, it doesn't show my bra off. It just shows the inner panel of the shirt. So that is, as much as I love the pears on it, that is my favorite part of this shirt, sadly. Let's get all my rings back on. Your kids live in Dip clothes. You know, they're fairly inexpensive and they're well made. They're lightweight, which I really like. They are fairly inclusive with their sizing. I mean, they could be better for sure. And they've got cute stuff. I think TK's got a few of their shirts too. Thanks, guys. Oh, it was the shirt I wore to work today. Like, I set the show for 5:30 because my thoughts were, oh, you get off work at 3. You'll have plenty of time to be able to, you know, get ready for the show. You can do your hair and your makeup, and you can change into something else and put your vest on if you decide you want to do that because you're crazy. All those things, right? And then I got home and realized we had not gone grocery shopping. And it's 96 degrees outside. Neither of us wanted to cook anything. So that turned into, let's go get dinner really fast, which involved a margarita. So you guys ended up with mostly all of my makeup, no vest, work clothes, and a headband. I love those panels. It's the same as having a pocket. Exactly. Like, it's that essential functional thing that people don't realize we need. And when we have it, we're like, thank you so much. Sure. Okay, we're going to spin for a little bit. I don't even know what time it is. I lose track of time all the time. There we go. So if you haven't joined our Discord, I highly recommend hopping over there and joining. The community over there is fantastic. And like I said, we will be cleaning it up in the next month. If you're interested in our Patreon, you can head over to patreon.com/bosskitty. We are doing some new stuff, adding some really exciting different things for our patrons. I believe, so is the craft night for tier 2 and up? Do you remember? You're going to have to look, aren't you?
I think you said it for,
We have to look at it.
for,
I have to look at the details because I don't remember what everything was and we don't have it in there yet. But we have craft nights that we do once a month. We're going to have, like I said, you guys will have voters' rights to things. We've got a blog that we're going to release once a month. We do flash sales from time to time. There's free shipping codes at different tiers. Annual members for Culticon and Hazel's Heroes get free yarn. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing and adding and organizing because that's important, right? So definitely check it out. If you're on the fence about it, you can always join as a free member. We do things for free members as well. Mostly they're usually notifications and alerts and, you know, maybe a little sneak peek at a blog or something like that. CST people unite. You spin me right round. That's what our spinning channel is called, actually. Okay, let's see here. We'll put you off to the side. I don't want to deal with that. It's hot here. You're eating. Oh my God, now I want ice cream. Way to go, Panda. I don't have ice cream, but do you know what I do have? I should make TK get one so I can cut one for you guys. My fig tree exploded this week, you guys. I think I got on the ladder once. Other than that, everything I have pulled off that tree has been off the bottom area where I could reach with my little stubby hands. Remember, I'm only 5'7". I have 9 gallon size freezer bags full of chopped figs in my freezer. And like I said, that's just the first round that I have pulled. They are. Hey TK, if you get a chance, in the fridge in the middle section is a bag of figs. If you want to bring those in there, I can show one off because they're huge. They're amazing. They're like the size of my palm. Like they're this big, you guys. And that's the average size of these figs. If he brought a knife with him, I would totally cut into one, but maybe not. That sounds delicious too, a cantaloupe. Figs are yummy. People are so. Here's the thing I've realized, because I tell people, I'm like, oh, I have figs. Do you want figs? And everybody kind of looks at me like I'm nuts. I'm like, well, do you mean fig jam? I haven't made fig jam this year, but once I do, sure, you can have some of that. But no, I meant, do you want fresh figs? There have been a few people who have been very excited about it. But most people look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, no, I'm not going to, I don't can. It's what I get. Or I don't bake, because you can make fig bread, right? I don't think you all realize figs are delicious just by themselves. Like, the fig fruit itself is delicious. You can take it, you can slice it open, you can slice it again, and just eat it in little bites, which is what most people who eat fresh figs do. You can just slice it and eat 1/2. Some people, like TK, like to scoop the insides out and just eat those because they don't like the skin, although the skin is edible. And then there are weirdos like myself who just eat it like an apple. Like, I don't have time for that shit. I want a fig and it's delicious, so I just pick it up and I don't do that so much right now because, yeah. But, you know, when I don't have those on my teeth, that's how I eat a fig. So, they're delicious and amazing. And if you've never tried a fresh fig before, get your hands on one. Make sure it's ripe. Please make sure it's ripe and not overly ripe. That is the only downside to figs. They're very finicky. They get ripe and they are ripe. If they get past the ripe point, they're still tasty and they work really well in jams and stuff. But the texture gets really gummy and mushy and not delightful. I think, did you bring me a perfect one? Did you? That's small. You brought me a small one. He brought me a small one, but oh, this is one of the underripe ones.
Yeah, everything else available.
Will you bring me that bag? There's a bat. No, there's a bag in the middle. He's not mad at me. Will you please bring me a bag that's in the middle of the fridge? There's in the middle section of the fridge, there's a bag of figs. He brought me a fig. It is a small underripe fig, and I will still cut into this and show it off to you guys because I can still use this. It's underripe, but it's not so underripe that I can't use it. I'll be able to use it in cooking. So now you're just hungry. You love figs with, oh my gosh, it's so good with brie. So you can see the way you know that this isn't quite ripe is it's not juicy. But this will work really great. That's perfect. This will work really great in jam, or if I cook it down, it'll work great in preserves, like the inside of a fig cookie, that type of thing, or in fig bread. It's fine for that. So I'm going to put that off the side. This is a ripe fig. And you can see that the coloring is slightly different. So this has a yellow color to it, and it's almost kind of got a sheen to it, right? Like it's shiny. Also, like I said, that's the average size of our ripe figs right now. So I'm going to slice into this guy. Yeah, cheese with figs, so stinking good. So you can see the difference here. Like, it's very juicy and wet, I guess is a good way to put it. And delicious. So we're just gonna, just like that. That's how a lot of people eat them, just like that. Pop it in your mouth. It's so good. You can do a lot of stuff with figs too, not just jam or cookies. You can make fig bread. You can make pickled figs. You can use fresh figs in your salad. You could use them with cheese. Fig syrup is really good. Right? That one's perfect. I've become a connoisseur of what a ripe fig looks like. Last year was a hot mess because I didn't know. So I was picking figs and they were like bone dry in the middle. I was like, no. Other thing I learned, if you try to dehydrate a fig and it's underripe, it turns into dust basically. So they really do have to be ripe or overripe to dehydrate and get that caramelized chewiness that you want. Which you can dehydrate figs. So fig syrup is actually made, you can make it out of the figs itself, but fig leaf syrup is amazing. You just take the leaf of a fig or multiple leaves and you put it into a mixture of water and sugar, whatever your sugar preference is. And you let it simmer down for like an hour or so. And then you let it cool, you take the leaf out and you put it in a jar and it's a syrup. I use it in my coffee. It tastes like if cotton candy had a summer flavor, like a flavor that was supposed to represent summer, it would be this fig syrup. You can't stand kiwi. A lot of people haven't eaten fresh figs, and they're not for everyone. The taste is really mild. It's very sweet. It's very mild, though. The texture freaks a lot of people out because figs aren't technically not fruit. They're a flower. They're just the petals of the flower are on this inside with the seeds. And so you end up kind of like a pomegranate. Like, that's the fruit right there, right? And it's these little juicy, delicious, roly-poly things with seeds on them, and they pop in your mouth. And they're good, and I actually really like the texture of them. But it kind of weirds some people out. They do get caught in my braces, which is kind of a bummer. Crocheted hook, there's a lot of people like, yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Exactly. Panda, you and I are on the same page. Oh my gosh. And it's so funny because I have friends who, when we made jam last year, they were really excited about the cherry jam, which turned out great. There are 60 pounds of cherries in my freezer too. But they weren't so excited about the fig jam and the fig jelly because they're like, all they'd ever had were fig Newtons, which are good. It's not really what they're digging, right? Those same people have flat out asked me this year. They're like, "Are you doing fig jam again? Because I'm out and I would like some more, please." I'm like, yes, I am, and yes, you can. It's really cute. You loved fruit, but anything relating to pollen you can't eat. My tongue would feel like I was burnt for days. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so figs are flowers. They are not technically fruit, I believe. And most figs, these figs are self-pollinating, which is nice, trust. But most figs are pollinated by wasps. So the fig tree has male and female plants on it, or figs on it. And like the wasp will go into one and then the other and get the pollen where it needs to go so that the fig does its thing. And that's that hole in the bottom of figs. This little guy right here. That's how the wasps get in. So I have fig Newton preserves that I made last year. I still have some. I tried so hard, Panda, to make fig Newtons, and I could not get the cookie down to save my life. I tried and tried and tried. It was too crumbly. It was too sweet. It wasn't sweet enough. I couldn't get the shape down. Like, I struggled so hard with the cookie. I'll probably try again this year. If you have any tips or tricks, or if you have a particular recipe you use, I would be forever grateful for that. What type of fig tree do you have? I need to get a couple. Vicky, I don't know what type it is, to be completely honest with you. I can probably look into it and give you an educated guess. So here's the thing. We inherited these trees when we moved into the house. They came with the house. So both the fig tree and the cherry tree, I would say, are probably about 20 or 25 years old. They're both very large. They're very established, which is great. I'm very grateful for those things. But it makes it hard to figure out what type of fruit tree we have. I know that it is an early fruiting fig tree. It is green, and it grows well in the Pacific Northwest, which are all things that are not necessarily common for fig trees. So I could probably narrow it down that way. I think I looked it up last year, and it had it down to like 1 or 2 trees. I just don't remember what they were. Thumbprint cookies instead, and they were amazing. Jesse, I'll have to try that. That's a good idea. Just make fig Newton dumplings. Oh my god. Now I have fig stuck in my braces. But yeah, so the cherry tree is an example. Last year, we had no idea what it was. We didn't know if it was going to be sweet cherries or sour cherries. Once again, because I was new at this, I picked most of the cherries way too soon, and then found out later, oh, I was supposed to let these sit and ripen. I am 98% sure that our cherry tree is a Bing cherry tree. It has really big black red cherries, and they're super sweet and juicy. And we waited this year, and it was perfect. I couldn't have been more perfect. And that's kind of what's happening with the fig tree. The key is not to over. Oh, sorry. So, question though, how do you get the shape? Because that part was really hard too. Also, I need to look at my list here and make sure I don't have anything else that we're supposed to talk about. So we talked about Patreon, show and tell, cleaning up Discord, 2 shows a month on Tuesdays, trunk shows and events. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a second. We talked about the new box set in October and the Patreon colorway. So we're going to talk about our live shows moving forward, and then events and trunk shows that are coming up. Cool. Okay, so live shows. Hello. We've missed you guys, and clearly you've missed us as well. I can't do 3 shows a week, or 2 shows a week, or even 1 show a week. We were trying to sustain that for a really long time, and it was causing severe burnout for me. Honestly, I think it was causing severe burnout for TK as well, because not only did he have to put the show together, but he was stressing over numbers, and I was super tired afterwards and cranky, which would make him cranky. Like, it just was not sustainable. We did it for a long time though. And I'm glad we did, because the community that it created or helped create is really fantastic. And I'm glad that it has continued through that. However, 1 live sometimes a month is also not great. Like, we don't think that's enough. So we've decided to do 2 lives a month, basically. We are going to do lives on Tuesday nights. We're choosing Tuesdays, and I've got reasons for that. I'll explain here in a second. And I believe we decided it was going to be, I'm checking because I want to double check, but I think it's the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday. That sounds right. Yeah. So the first and third Tuesday of the month. We're not saying every other Tuesday, because, oh my gosh, sometimes there are 5 weeks in a month, and I'm not going to do every other Tuesday, because it'll just get off whack, and it's a whole thing. So, and we're not going to say the first, third, and 5th Tuesday of the month, because you can get back to back. Like, no, we're not doing that. So the first and third Tuesday of every month at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to do lives here on YouTube. TK is still looking into how to multicast from YouTube and Twitch, because I know there are a lot of people who are still really invested in Twitch. But we're trying to figure out how to incorporate chat there and chat in YouTube, and I'm not sure if we can do both. So that's a thing. We're going to obviously up our social media a little bit. You're not going to get a bunch of vlogs. You are still going to get vlogs from time to time, or shorts or something, some types of videos. There are just some videos that we want to do. I still want to do my ADHD video. I'm going to try to do, I've got an idea for a video where we just talk about spinning, right? Like, don't be afraid of it. These are the different types of tools you can use. And here's a really simple way to start. And these are the fibers that I recommend for new spinners. And then if you're not a new spinner, here's some really cool fiber that we have that you can try out, and so on and so forth. So we want to, put that out there. And then TK has been filming so much B-roll. I can't even tell you. When I was cutting up figs last night, TK was getting film of it. When I was plucking the figs off the tree, he was getting B-roll of it. Same with the cherries. Like, everything that we do in our house that is cool and awesome, he gets B-roll. It's great. He's amazing. These are paradise figs or paradiso figs? Oh, crocheted, really? Yeah, crochet. So Twitch is a weird beast because it's really like, people see it as a gamer's sanctum, if you will, and it is, but there are so many other things over there. It's like an onion. You'll need to dig out your grandma's recipe. You haven't seen it since we moved. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hold my breath until you get it. True, the old Fig Newton commercial slogan was, "They are fruit and cake." Ooh, that's a good point. Now that you have 3 braids of floof, you need to brave the spindle. I agree, Yarn Pirate. Don't be afraid of it. So that's our plan, is we're gonna go ahead and do the 2 lives a month. We will have extras and specials. So like when we do box sets, obviously there will be an extra live that month. If we're dropping a new line of something, you'll get an extra live. Black Friday, things like that. You'll get those things. Those events that happen will be extra lives. I don't know how we're doing the holidays this year. We haven't talked about that. For the past 1921, oh my gosh. For the past 5 or 6 years, we've spent New Year's Eve rolling it in with you guys, which I am totally okay with and love. However, the next day is my birthday, and there are some times where I kind of just want to go out with my husband and be like, let's go have a fancy New Year's Eve. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think we'll probably still do the special because I really enjoy it. I always have a blast with you guys, but I'm not sure. I don't know what we've decided to do with the holidays yet. We should figure that out because they're coming up. But yes, you will at least have those two live streams, and they are public. You don't have to be a patron or anything to view those. We're still going to have the craft nights with the patrons. Patrons might have some extra video content. I'm not sure. It won't be every month though. So that's what's going on there. I hate to go because I'm having a blast, but I'm ready to go into bed. Hugs to you all. I hope you have a wonderful evening of sleep and delightful dreams, even if you don't remember them. I don't know. Sometimes people don't remember their dreams. And I hope to see you next time, which will be the first Tuesday of August. And sleep well. Yes, that's kind of what I was trying to say. Oh, thank you, Yarning. I really appreciate that. So regarding... what else? Oh, yeah. Trunk shows. See, my brain is here, I promise. We do have some trunk shows coming up and some live events coming up. And if you are not, if you're not part of the newsletter through Shopify, or not Shopify, but through our shop, then you probably haven't heard about it because we keep posting it there. But we do have trunk shows going on. Right now, we have a pop-up show every single month through November, except for October. I'm not doing a show in October, a pop-up show or a vendor show in October, because we have that box set coming out. So this month we will be in Bend at Fancy Works Yarn. We were there back in 2022, I believe. We did local yarn shop day there. We had a blast. Elise is wonderful. Her crew is wonderful. If you've never been to Bend, Oregon, it's so gorgeous. Like, oh, it's just beautiful. The shop is really sweet. There's another yarn shop downtown, which is also super cute, but not nearly as cute as hers is. But you could check out both, you know. So if you're nearby and you want to check out Bend, you can come see us. We will have super floof there. We will have floof. We will have all of our normal, regular, you know, kitty glitter, yeah, cat's cradle, BK, DK, all of that will be there. I'm going to have new display pieces, some of the things I showed off today. So those will be there for you guys to check out. Plus, you get to just come and say hi to me, which is always nice. So we will be in Bend. That is next weekend. So that's a week from tomorrow. And we are there Saturday and Sunday. Um, I'm a little cray-cray. It's about 2.5 hours from here. I'm driving down on Saturday morning, setting up, doing the show, going to my hotel room, sleeping, going back to do the second show, leaving after or packing everything up after they close, and driving home on Sunday. But here we are. That's what I'm doing. So in August, I wish my calendar would actually pop up. Like, it doesn't show can you show me the full calendar? There we go. So that's the 27th and 28th. In August, we are going to be in Nampa, Idaho at Three Loves Yarn, which is this lovely shop that came and talked to us at Oregon Flock and Fiber last year, wanted us to do a show there. This is the furthest I've ever gone for a show, you guys. Seriously. Right? Never been to Idaho. I'm very excited about this. That will be on Friday the 23rd of August and Saturday the 24th of August. I'm super stoked about this. We will have all of the goodies there. They've got a weaving class, I think, that's available for people on Friday, which I'm jealous. I would love to take. Hard mode for realsies. But if you're in the Idaho area and you've always been like, man, I wish Boss Kitty was in my local yarn shop, we're going to be in a local yarn shop. So come check us out. I'm so excited. That's Three Loves Yarn, August 23rd and 24th. In September, of course, as always, we are going to be at Oregon Flock and Fiber Festival, which is the 21st and 22nd of September. That is in Albany, Oregon. We've had people who have come into town for that. JK has come into town for that. Jessie from Texas has come in multiple times for that. I don't know if Jessie's coming back this year or not. I hope she is. So fly in for it. Like we've joked about doing a Boss Kitty Con during Oregon Flock and Fiber, but I'm all for it. So if you want to come by and say hi, we'll be there. We'll have the whole booth set out. It is our biggest show of the year. Like, we go all out for it, and then I'm exhausted for the rest of my life. But that is the 21st and 22nd of September. Oregon Flock and Fiber is really cool because it's this big fiber event. They do classes as well, and classes actually start on Friday the 20th. So if you want to take classes, you can actually start those on the 20th. Like, it's a 3-day event. So just keep that in mind. We won't make it this year. It's the same weekend as DF. No worries. We will definitely miss you, but you will be there in my heart. Then, like I said, October, we've got no shows in October because we are doing the box set, which I will reveal sooner rather than later. I don't know which weekend, but we'll let you know. And then in November, on the 9th and the 10th, we will be in Vancouver, Washington at Hook and Needle, which is this really neat yarn shop that's women-owned. Both of them are just an absolute riot. I follow them on Instagram and all the social medias. One of them she's got matching tattoos. We have the same tattoos. Different font. But they're really chill and cool. And I've had multiple viewers be like, hey, you need to go check them out because you guys will mesh so well. And they feel the same way. So we're doing a trunk show there, a pop-up show on the 9th and 10th of November. And I am very excited about that. So that'll be in Vancouver, Washington. And those are all the shows that we have lined up, at least now, for 2024. There might be something in December coming up. Who knows? We'll see. I try really hard only to do one show a month. There's been a few times where we've talked about doing more than that, but it's just not responsible. I can't guarantee that I'm going to have all the yarn and stuff I need. And I want to make sure everybody gets 110%. So we don't generally do that. Okay. You guys want to spin some more? Talkie, spin. Talkie, spin. So, Yarn Pirate, this could be the year. Listen, Cerulean Orchid and I, and whoever else shows up, sometimes Miss Monster's there, JK's been there, Ginger's been there a few times. Like I said, Dio, Jessie from Texas has been there. But whoever's there, we always go out to dinner after the first show. We go to this Italian place in downtown Albany that's so delicious. Like, it's not good for you in any capacity. It's a carb load. But honestly, we've all been working so hard for the weekend. or, setting up or whatever. Or if it's just people who are coming to the show, that's exhausting on its own. It takes a lot of work, walking around and stuff. So it's totally worth it. And the food is just heavenly, and we all have a good time and get to talk and know each other, or reminisce, and catch up if we already know each other. It's a very unique show in the way that it's done, and I like it. It's interesting because it's run by a very different generation than my generation, or even TK's. Most of them, I think, are boomers. But the people who come to it, like, it's such a mixed bag. Like, it's all walks of life, and it's just very, very accepting. Like, I don't know. I think it's great. It's free to go. This year overlaps with our tiny camper event in Minnesota. Oh no. No, that's fine, Yarn Pirate. I would feel bad and guilty the whole entire time. So it'll have to be another time. Maybe, we'll just plan a different festival, like where everybody can come down for Boss Kitty Con. And I'll make specialty yarn for it. We can do classes. That'll be a whole thing. Okay, let's see here. We're going to move this over because it's getting a little big right here. I'm going to pull some more off of here. Let's see. My fleece that's very dirty looking. So like I said, I put this through the drum carder, right? And there's still a lot of stuff in it you can kind of see. I could just spin it like this. This is pretty thick though. So I'm actually going to separate it like so. Because I can. So I shall. So I will and I shall. And now there's even more stuff I can get out that was hidden in between those two pieces. How interesting. Oh my God, yes, to BKCon. We should get BK coins for BKCon. You guys, just a reminder that there is a show and tell open in Discord. That is where you can put the things you've been working on since I saw you last. I want to see them. Because we've only done, this is the first one we've done in almost 2 months, let's be honest. I'm not going to be hard on the limits. Generally, we say, 3 or 4 pictures per person. Don't do a crazy amount of multiple posts. But if you add a few more pictures than that, or if you forget something to post again, I'm not going to, go past it or rage or anything. If you've got 20 posts in there, though, I might give you a little bit of an irate, really. It's so funny. I've been taking this management class on Thursdays. It's required for me to be state management, which is great. They pay for it and it's wonderful. And it's such an insightful class. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I forgot how much I enjoy college. And we were talking about communication and body language and tone and words, and how your words are normally, not always, but normally, only when people are listening to you or talking to you, what you say is 5% generally of what they are getting off of you. The majority of it comes from your body language and your tone. Mostly your body language, like tone is secondary. And we were talking about it, and I mentioned that I raise my eyebrow when I am focusing on something. Like, when I'm really focused on something, I'm like that, right? You'll see it in pictures, actually. When I'm nervous, I do it. I've been doing it since I was a kid. It's a thing that I do. It's hereditary. My mother cannot raise her eyebrow to save her life. And when I was a child and she was mad at me for something, or I was getting in trouble, and she's lecturing me, and I'm trying really hard to listen. I'm sure I was still irritated, so that probably didn't help. But, I'm trying really hard to listen, so I would raise my eyebrow. And I don't even know I'm doing it. And she would get so mad at me. She'd say, "Don't you take that tone with me." And I'm like, "I'm not talking. What are you talking about?" She's like, "Don't you raise your eyebrow." I'm like, "I'm not doing anything. I'm just listening to you," which didn't help. Turns out that when she was a kid, her mother, my grandmother, very much could raise her eyebrow. That's where I get it from. And when she was a kid, that was the look that my grandma would give when my mom was in trouble. So it was the, "Oh shit, mom's mad" look. So I think there was some subconscious resentment that she couldn't do it like, you know, that she didn't have the power that her daughter did. And then on top of that, there's that also subconscious trigger of my daughter is giving me the oh shit mom's mad look. Like between those two things, I just yeah, it was did not make her happy. You have 2 whole projects to show. That's amazing. You'd rather crochet a king size blanket using lace weight yarn than stay in a hotel. Oh my gosh. I mean, I kind of dig the challenge of a lace weight blanket now, king size blanket. Like I'm intrigued and I kind of want to do this. Oh, you know what? There is another little thing that's not on here. We do have a make along coming up, you guys. So as you're all aware, Tour de Fleece is going on right now. I have to look up the dates when we're starting this because I don't remember off the top of my head. JK is in here though, so she might be able to give me that information, but I know she's lurking right now. So her team is doing a make along, and we're incorporating that make along into ours. So if you are part of the BK family, we will be starting our make along. I'm going to say in August. That would make sense, but she's probably going to tell me it's different. But I'm going to say for now, tentatively, ours will start mid-August. Might be beginning of August. I'll figure it out. The only criteria for this make along, I don't care if the only criteria for this make along is that you have to use hand spun yarn. I'm not going to say it has to be hand spun by you. So if you want to get somebody else's hand spun yarn, if you guys want to talk in Discord and somebody has some hand spun yarn they're willing to trade you for something else or give you whatever, that's fine. But you have to use hand spun yarn. That's the only criteria. You can crochet, you can weave, you can knit. I don't care. You can felt. You can make socks. You can make a blanket. You can make a hat. You can make a cozy for your tea. It doesn't matter. Theirs starts July 26th to 31st of August. So ours is going to start on the 1st of August. It can be something you've already started. As long as it is less than 50% done, 50% or less done, I'm fine with it. But it has to be hand spun. I really, a lot of you are learning how to spin, and I really want to encourage you to use your hand spun. Even if you're looking at it and you're like, this is garbage. It's not garbage. I promise. It looks great. So, I mean, this is garbage hand spun right here, right? This is actually the same wool that I'm working with right now. This is the first thing I ever made off of it. So this is the first thing I ever made out of hand spun that I created from the first fleece that I ever cleaned myself. It's not great. It's not the most amazing thing. I'm so proud of this stupid thing though, and I have no idea what I will ever do with it. But yeah, so the black is clearly not hand spun, and you can add other things in there. It just needs to be majority hand spun. But this is hand spun, so you can do anything with it. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I just want you to make something out of it, because once it's no longer on your bobbin or in a skein of yarn, blah or whatever, and you've made something with it, even if you think it was junk yarn and maybe it's not the best thing you've ever made, you're going to think it's really beautiful and you're going to be proud of it because you've made something with it. You've gone from this to this. That's incredible. Thank you, Crocheted Hook. You'd be happy to trade some of your hand spun so we can get some friends participate. Oh my gosh, you guys are so amazing. I'm willing to do the same. I have some hand spun that I'm willing to actually give out as long as you guys are paying for shipping and handling, because that gets spendy. And I'll post those in Discord. But yeah, we're going to start ours, I think, just for a nice clean start. We're going to start it on August 1st because that's where we're starting everything else. Like I said, it needs to be less so that people who are doing the MAL with the Tour de Fleece team, Cyber Fibers, so that they can participate as well if they want to. I don't care if it's already been started. I don't care how big it is. As long as it's not 75% start. That's why I said 50% or less, basically. I'm going to give you guys a significant amount of time to work on this. I'm thinking I'm going to give you until the end of the year. That's August, September, October, November, December. That's 5 months. The reason I'm giving you so much time, even though I know a lot of you are not going to be making sweaters or blankets or things like that, is so that if you are like, oh, I want to do this, and you haven't spun anything up yet, you don't feel like you're left out. You can start to spin if you want to. Also, it means somebody who's taking on a larger project, not only do they have more time to make it, but if they run out of hand spun, they can spin up some more. So that's kind of my thought process on that. I know that creates that vacuum where we end up towards the end where we're really not talking about the craft along or the make along because most of us have finished. I think what I'll do to kind of try to occupy that zone is as things are being finished, probably starting in October, I will start showing off finished pieces that people have done, like showcasing them on the show. So I think that's probably how we'll keep the hype up on it. You're gonna get 2 sweaters and a cowl finished. I am so proud of you. That's amazing. So yeah, that's it. That's the only criteria is that it has to be hand spun. I would prefer that it be your hand spun. If it's not going to be your hand spun, that's totally fine though. You get to work somebody else's hand spun if you want to, and then you can say, "Oh, you know what? This is actually really lovely. I think I could do this too." You don't think your hands would be able to spin your own yarn, at least not with a drop spindle. Totally understandable. Once again, like I said, I'll have some hand spun that I'll be handing out to you guys. Just because I have an overabundance of it, and it sounds like other people will have some that they're willing to barter for or trade or whatever. So there are certainly options out there. And or if you know somebody that has hand spun that they, hey, I want to make something. Do you have any hand spun I can use? And people love that kind of thing. Like, yes, please take my hand spun. So that's what's going on there. There are also places, sometimes local yarn shops, that will allow you to rent beginning spinning wheels. Sometimes, not always. But that might be something some of you can look into as well if you want to. I'm just checking the time, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's 7:11. I'm so thirsty. As always, there will be a $50 gift card given away at the end of the make along. We'll have everybody post their stuff, and then instead of voting, because well, maybe what we'll do, I don't know how we'll do it yet. We might vote, and then from the top 5 or so, do a drawing from that. Oh, there it goes. My little thing is broken. I've got to get it fixed, but it's kind of spendy, so I haven't done it yet. You have hand spun from your aunt that is pretty green. Oh, that's perfect, Elizabeth. You'd love to spin your own, but definitely don't have the time to learn at the moment. Eska, that's totally fine. We can hook you up for sure. You have 3 5-week-old kittens if anyone would like to trade. Yes, please. Actually, I'm very tempted. Oh my gosh, TK might divorce me if I take on more kitties. You guys, I love my cats so much. I want to save all the kitties in the world, every single one of them. Why is that tooth being weird? Oh well. I'll check it out later. I think I have lost part of my band, actually. We'll find out. Or it might be the light hitting them the wrong way. Who knows? Ooh, all the slubbies. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I want to find that hand spun so I can show it off to you guys, but I don't know where I put it. I'm so mad at myself right now. Maybe it's down here. Hold on one second. You never know. I put things in weird places. Hold on. Are you hand spun or are you fiber? I can't tell. Sometimes they look the same. Not always, but sometimes. I don't think that's hand spun. I think that's fiber. 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. No, I think it's on that table over there. Oh well. I'll try to grab it, I guess, in a little bit here. Maybe I'll sneak up and go grab it. Just, do it. Why not? Okay, let's get back to it. Right? I'll trade you kittens for fiber. I love it. There we go. I was totally off the camera there. You named the two twins Oscar and Felix. Oh my gosh, that's too good. I love it so much. I had the most brilliant name for kitties, and I can't remember what they were. And then TK said he was going to name them something else, and I was like, fine, whatever, because I don't remember what I came up with anyway. That happens to me all the time. I was the one who named Con though. Like I was very, very, very adamant about it. TK is very keen on normal people names for animals. Like he thinks that they should have people names. And I like to get creative, a little more creative than that. But Hazel was Hazel, which is great. He loves old lady names. Gracie actually came to us as Gracie. She was named after Princess Grace. What's her name? What's her last name? Grace Kelly, right? Did I get that right? I think that's right. Because she's so pretty. Go figure. I should have known better. And we just decided Gracie fit her. So, we stuck with it. Zuzu, I named Zuzu actually. We had a hard time with Zuzu. And it was funny because when we got her, it was around Christmas and we were watching It's a Wonderful Life. And I looked at Kurt or TK and I said, "What about Zuzu?" He's like, "Yeah, that's cute." And they're like, "No, I don't think it fits her. I don't think that works." And then we couldn't come up with anything. And then we came up with something and it was okay. I don't remember what it was. A few weeks later, he looked at me. He's like, "I think it's Zuzu. I think we were wrong. I think she's a Zuzu." And she's 100% a Zuzu. Call her Zuzi Q. I mean, I should hope so, Crocheted. Your orange tabby pumpkin had 2 siblings named Cinnamon and Nutmeg, but I can't read it. The heart's in the way. I can't read what it says. You could only get 1, not 3. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I get it. That's fair. It's a bummer, though, yeah? When I talked to TK and to Zuzu, he was like, 3 cats is too many cats. They will outnumber us. 1 cat is 1 cat. 2 cats is 2 cats. 3 cats is 1,000,000 cats to me. I was like, no, it'll be fine. She's little. She'll be great. Gracie needs a companion because Khan is lazy. He's old. And he's like, okay. And then, like, we got her, and they're inseparable. Like, she's his cat, 100%. Like, I'm pretty sure he'd give up the other kitties before he gave. That's not true, but maybe. But he's not wrong. It's 1,000,000 cats. Apartment life at the time, yeah, for sure, makes sense. Honestly, in apartments too, like more than 2 or 3 cats is kind of like they start to get on top of each other. If they get the zoomies, you're screwed. Like we're in a house and it feels like it's too many sometimes. Although there was this super cute little adorable puppy that was available the other day, and TK was like, "Do you want puppy?" I'm like, how? Where are you putting a dog at this? I don't care how tiny it is. Where are you putting a stinking dog? He's like, in my heart. We didn't get the dog. It didn't happen. Okay. You know what? I think. Oopsies. Ouch. Yeah. We might be calling it here soon because I'm having some problems with my Switch being temperamental. But I want to check something. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go into full host. I'm going to step away from this camera for one moment. I'm just going to go try to grab that fiber because I really want to show you what this looks like spun up or plied up. I'm so proud of it. Watch it be here at the table, actually. No clue where I put it. Well, I can't find it. And the lights freaked out because I stepped away. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. I got up to look for a skein of yarn. And this. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. You can ask them. You can watch the show. I didn't touch it. No hands. None. No hands. Ruh-roh. So that's a thing that just happened. TK's gonna try to fix it. We're towards the end of the show anyway, so I mean. You're gonna fix me? I can't find that handspun to save my stinking life, TK. I was so proud of it. Okay, let's see if it's on this table somewhere underneath all this fiber. You guys, if you were wondering if this show is legitimately live, I hope that proves. I mean, I talked to you guys throughout the whole thing, but yeah, it definitely is. Shit happens. No, that's not here. I think I ate the handspun. I do have. This is not as nice. I do have some handspun though. So this is some leftover from Among the Doozers that I had from the Henson and Oz, or not Henson and Oz, but the Fibers, the Dreamers, and You box set. It was a throwback, and I spun it up really fast. It's got that silk in it, which is really nice. I spun it up really fast. I'm not very proud of it. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. What's up, TK? I didn't touch it.
I watched you yank the cable.
I didn't touch it. I wasn't touching anything over here. I was over there looking for yarn.
Break my set.
Oh my gosh, he rewound. He swears that I touched nothing. Is it over there? Is that it over there? I don't think so. Anyway. Well, thank you. I think it's beautiful too. It's just not my favorite, but this will be some of the handspun that I will hand out. Like, I don't have, everything I have is going to be bits and pieces. So whoever gets stuff from me, you'll have to be really imaginative. Like I said, you can add other stuff into it as long as you're using some handspun. But I don't want like a row of handspun. I'm gonna be like, no. So you fostered a pregnant cat years ago, named all 6 kittens after your favorite places in Yellowstone. Oh, that's awesome. TK and I have talked about being foster parents for kitties. We can't do it. Not because we can't do it, but because they will all be foster fails. There's no way that I can bring kitties into this house and not keep them. So not going to happen, unfortunately. You guys, you got a big finale for the finish here. You got me knocking lights over. So we're just going to go over everything real quick one last time. 1, Patreon is changing. We are changing our tier gifts, the things that we give our patrons at different tiers. Free patrons will have notifications. You'll get some, little pieces from our blog that comes out monthly. Our tier 1 patrons, which are Zuzu's Zealots, $1 a month. You're going to have some really basic stuff as well. You'll have access to exclusive colorways from Boss Kitty. So exclusive Patreon colors, exclusive Patreon box set colors, those types of things. And then there's some other stuff too. I have to look. You get the vlog or the blog. It will be available to you, and you'll get early notifications of things. So like when I drop the information about the October box set, you guys will know before the public does. Tier 2, which is Gracie's Gang, $5 a month. You guys have all those other things. Plus on top of that, you have voting rights. You have early release access to new products and to box sets like you have before, 48 hours or 24 hours. And then a few other things I think as well. I have to look. Cult of Con, you guys have your stickers that you get after 3 months. You have, there's another thing in there that differentiates you from the Gracie's Gang. I can't remember what it is. I have to look. Annual Cult of Con, you guys get a free skein, or you get the free set of mini skeins in the springtime. You also have voting rights, obviously. Gracie's or Hazel's Heroes, you guys get all of that stuff. Plus, I think you get a free shipping and handling code, I believe. And there's flash sales in there. I think that's Culticon and Hazel's Heroes. And then, of course, if you're an annual Hazel's Hero, you also have access to both the free mini skeins and the free seasonal colorway that are patron exclusive colorways. So there's a lot of stuff. We're adding more stuff. Also, if you're Hazel's Hero for 3 months in a row, you actually get a free Boss Kitty tote bag. I don't know how many of you have done that. I know that they're out there. I don't have one. They go through a third party, but I've seen them and they're super freaking cute and really well made. So I'm a little jelly. So definitely go sign up for that. We're still doing the voting process for the holiday colorway. Keep your eyes open for information on the box set in October as well, because that'll be dropped here pretty soon as well. So that's been talked about. Super Floof and Floof are available in the shop at this time. Super Floof is 10% off. You get it immediately once you get to checkout. That 10% will come right off. There is no minimum purchase for that. You can buy one bump, you can buy 20. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 10% off across your Super Floof and only your Super Floof. You can use gift cards with that. You can use free shipping codes. It's all fine. And that goes until the end of this month. And if you are interested in Super Floof, I do recommend getting in there and picking out your colors now, because like I said, tea time might not be there permanently. We're playing with some other stuff. I'm taking stuff to a trunk show, so it's going to sell really well there as well. And we've already got some stuff that's going out in the mail. Talked about that. So we've got trunk shows and pop-up shows and vendor events coming up. So make sure that you check out that schedule. It'll be in the newsletter that we send out once a month through our shop. So if you're not signed up for our newsletter, make sure that you go back to bosskittyshop.com and sign up for that. We'll also post it in Discord and Patreon, obviously. We are doing 2 live streams a month now. So the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of every month, there will be a live stream. And it'll be me and all my cray cray. Patrons also get the craft along, the craft night. I forgot about that one. Sorry. Am I missing anything? I'm sure I am. I'm sure I'm missing plenty. But we're gonna call it with that, because that's a lot of information. Oh, we're gonna clean up Discord. I forgot about that part. Organize and clean up Discord. Before we go anywhere, maybe we should, look at show and tell, which I totally forgot was a thing. I remember it and then I forget. And then I remember and I forget. And I remember and I forget. So we're going to head over to Discord. Because we have a show and tell to do. And it's been a hot second since we've done this. So I legitimately almost just ended the show without it. Man, am I a jerk. It's opening. It's doing updates. That tells you how long it's been since I've been on, Discord on this computer. It's opened over the top of everything else. Because why wouldn't it? Okay. Let's go here. Let's maybe get all this stuff out of my face. That's part of the problem. Show and tell July. Here we are. Okay, Elizabeth 84. 416 bear faces, enough for every kid at my little one's elementary school. Halloween colored shawl, adding black after Cynthia's lunchbox, and a 3D printing of a yarn swift. Okay, so let's start with these polar bears. 416 polar bears, you guys. They're so adorable. Is there significance with the polar bear? Or is it just that they were cute? Like, this is amazing. I love it. I love the Halloween colored shawl as well. I love spooky stuff. I love Halloweeny stuff. So this really makes me excited. When we decided we were going to do the October box set, I was kind of keen on doing a Halloween themed one. And TK's like, we've kind of done that the past 2 years. Let's go outside of our wheelhouse. And I was like, fine. And we have, and I'm excited. But yeah, so many. Like, yeah. 5 weeks. It's their mascot. They're perfect. You are an amazing mother. This is beautiful, though. I love the green and the orange and the purple together. It makes me want to do a Halloween color. And then you have a 3D printed yarn swift. Oh, these types of things make me super excited, too. When people use their 3D printers to get clever, right? Make yarn swifts. You can do so much with a 3D printer these days. I've got to get my resin printer back in action. I do like that this is rainbow colored. I think that's really cool. 5 weeks. That's really impressive. Only 5 weeks? I don't have the focus to be able to do this in 5 weeks. My brain would melt. Lillian Chan 24 finished up a year-old whip hat. The brim is 2 feet in diameter and attempted to block something for the first time. Okay, so let's take a look at this hat first. This is the most fabulous hat ever. I hope you put wire or something in the edge of that brim so that it stands up if you want it to. I love the shape. I love the colors. I love the way you've used the colors together. I love the spiral. There is nothing about this hat that I don't love other than the fact that it's not on my head. It is so cool. You can get confetti for the night. And then this looks like this is the crochet along from Alt Knots, I believe, from last year, which was such a neat little square. I think it was. Or I know she did a crochet along that had this in it. This is beautiful. And yeah, how do you feel about blocking? Do you feel like there's a significant change in the way your piece looks? I love blocking. It's magical. I hate doing it, but I love it. It's just amazing. Isn't that hat so good? Dre Renee, 28. First knit garment, Tulsa tank, 3 more rows, and then neck shaping and finishing. Oh my gosh. This is your first knit piece. Okay, I lied. You can confetti too. I love the stripes in this. I don't know if those were on purpose or not. I think they were, but I love it. Oh my gosh, you've got rib stitch in here. What a great first time project. Like very ambitious. Because you've got you've got shaping in there. You've got different types of stitches. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I really hope you're proud of it. I know the two of you. One of you owes the other one a Coke. Yarn Pirate, my Upon the Wind wrap, a cerulean orchid pattern, in an LA Gear high tops palette is ready to block. All BK yarn. It's so amazing. The Sassy Pants is mohair ball and the soot is kitty glitter. The hexagon cardi in progress. The ribbed edging is taking longer than the rest of the sweater combined. I'm going to make a hexy cardi one of these days. Oh my gosh. This is so obnoxious and wonderful, and I love it. So yeah, she's got some Cynthia's lunchbox in there. You guys have the mohair ball in Sassy Pants. By the way, look at that. You can't see it because it's reflective. It is available in person. We do not have it in the shop because it's impossible to photograph, but it is available in person at trunk shows, in case anybody's wondering. We got some soot in there. That's the kitty glitter she was talking about. And then the ectoplasm. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I love it. And then your hexy cardi. I want one so bad. I love the color you chose for this. That orange and salmon with the gray. And then you get these little like hints of blue. We were talking about river rock earlier. That's what this once again reminds me of. It's just like river rock underneath water. It's so beautiful. Those colors are epic together. Crochet Hooked. My favorite makes this month. The wrap and mitts have 2 matching infinity scarves and a hat. I clearly love bright colors, though I know they aren't everyone's cup of tea. You know what? I think everybody can appreciate bright colors. You might not love them, but you can appreciate the feeling that they invoke in people, right? Like they might not be something you wear, but everybody gets a kick out of them at least. This is such a cute picture of you. I love the hat and the scarf. It looks great. But I really do love this shawl. Those colors, the bright colors with the marled like white that goes through them. It dilutes it down a little bit. I just love that. I think it's so classy. It's really cool too. The little gloves. Miss Knit and Craft. Okay. Clay sweater ribbing. Why is 2x2 so much more taxing than 1x1? Unpicked my moon set tee hem and started adding length because I also have a long torso. My box set spin tonight with the labels and awful lighting and in better lighting. Okay, so this is her clay sweater. And I think JK was making one of these too, and it didn't work out quite right, I think. Cynthia's lunchbox is so good, I agree. This is beautiful though, I love it. And you're right, 2x2 ribbing does go much slower than 1x1. I think it's that the pattern is harder for our brains to go, but you gotta da-da-da, but da-da-da, but, right? 2x1 is suckage, which I have to do for a sock. But this looks great. I love ribbing. I love doing ribbing. It's mindless for me, but it's not just stockinette, so there's still something going on there. You have undone the hem and started adding like, you are so, most people would just go, oh, well, this sweater doesn't fit me. Moving on. I love your dedication. Like that's it's so inspirational. Also beautiful. And it's going to look great when you've got it to the right length. I really like the neckline on it. You guys, so Knit and Craft bought a box set in Floof, and she has successfully spun up all of the colors for Tour de Fleece. They've all been chain plied. So she's got Strider Riders, Radish Souffle, Weirdo, the Chamberlain, and then her patron color, which is in Super Floof, is Angle of Eternity. So here's the picture with all of the labels, and then here is a better picture in light. If you can go into Discord and check this out, you should really zoom in on it. Her ply and her spin technique are so beautiful. It really shows off the colors. It's fascinating to me to look at these and then to look at the yarns that they were inspired by, because it looks so different. We were talking about that in the other chat. But these are beautiful. You also get some confetti because, oh my gosh, it's just I'm blown away by this. It's really lovely. Panda, haven't been crafting a lot lately, but here's a snapshot of the genealogy from my book series. Zoom in at your own risk. Spoilers. You are also dedicated in an entirely different way. This is love of your craft, and I am here for it. Makes me more excited to read the book now. Yeah, this is something I would do for like running D&D. And just go down that rabbit hole and never find myself out of it. That's so cool. Yeah, the hand spun is incredible. Agreed. Vicky finished the Tunson crochet blanket for my niece. I have to block it. And then also making a pillow to go along with it, and started another crochet afghan for your cousin. I love the squares on this. Like, the color blocking is just beautiful. And once you block it out, it's gonna be so lovely. You're not gonna want to give it away, honestly. But the colors you chose, they are very vintage and I don't know, cozy. Like, it reminds me of going to my Gam's house, my grandma's house, my nanny's house, and getting some hot cocoa or homemade donuts or something. Like, it's just got that cozy, inviting feeling to it. And then this is the pillow to go along with it. I love that you're doing a pillow. I think that's really neat. I think they'll love it as well. What a great idea to go with a blanket. I don't think I've known anybody to do that before. And then this is the afghan you're making for your cousin. Also beautiful. I don't like the colors as much, but I still love the colors. There's something about those squares that blew me away. Eska, been on a hat kick lately. These two are for my daughter. I made a similar confetti hat for my son, but, well, 6 years old loses everything. I'm 41 and I lose everything. I love the vintage vibe too, for sure. I love this confetti hat. I watched you making it in Discord because I remember you ran out of yarn. I hope she loves it. I think it's so much fun. This hat right here. Oh, so I made a similar bonnet. It was one of the first display pieces I made for the yarn shop I used to work in. It's when I found out that I was knitting backwards, actually, was the twisted stitches. But I had so much fun making this pattern. It's so stinking cute. I was really tempted to adjust some size for my head, because why wouldn't you want to wear that? It's just, I love it. It's so good. And like, it's such a sweet, pure little bonnet that if you adjusted this for an adult size and then had something like, offensive on it, or maybe not offensive, but crass, I think that would be funny, because that's who I am. I'm 12. Fox Goddess, working on my tortoise goal of spinning the whole braid of Reborn in Fire. I won't finish by the end, but I've had so much fun and learned so much. New skills are so wonderful. Thank you for introducing me and others to spinning. That makes me so happy. I've been thrilled to watch you guys go through this journey, to use the drop spindles, or to just experience the floof, the BFL, and then the merino and the silk. The feedback I've had so far has all been great. I'm going to tear up a little bit because I was really worried about it. So I'm happy that for those new spinners out there, that this has been a positive experience for you, and not one where you're like, well, I'm never doing that again. And that for those of you who are more seasoned, that you have enjoyed the fiber that I've created for you, because it's important. And also, this is beautiful. You also retaped your dance hoops. I've never done hoop dancing, but I'm fascinated by it because the paint or the tape on them is really pretty. I really like the sparkly stuff that you got in here, the hologram stuff. Yarn Pirate sneaking in a second post since you said the rules are loosey-goosey tonight. Jar cozy for my iced tea in a granny square bag. I've been crocheting on airplanes all year. I've seen both these in Discord and I love them. I need an iced tea cozy now, and I never thought that was something I was going to need, but it's so pretty. You take pictures of your shit and they look like pictures that belong in the pattern. And I'm a little jealous in a good way. I mean, same with this bag. I want to make this bag now. I had no need for a granny square bag, but trust that I'm going to make one at some point. It's just too good. Fable, this was from last make along. I finished it last month. It was my first colorwork project. I restarted the color section like 3 times and shoved it away for a month because I was so frustrated. Oh my gosh, this is when we did the socks. So happy you finished. Number 1, this is an incredibly ambitious project for your first color work. And while I am sorry that it frustrated you and went into timeout, I'm so proud of you for actually finishing it, going through with it, and I hope you learned from it. I'm letting you know that for your first color work piece, these look incredible. I don't see, and clearly they're not in my face, but I don't see any puckering. I don't see any issues where your stitches are too loose. Like everything looks really, really good. The only point where I look at it and go, oh, maybe those are a little too tight is in the color change in the heel area. And I don't think that's the case. I think that's just where the arch of the foot goes. So these are perfect. You did an excellent job. And I'm pretty sure they glow in the dark or that you can use a black light and Cthulhu will eat your face. Either way, they're so fucking good. I went a little Will Shatner on you guys there. I'm sorry. Yeah, those were fantastic. Oh my gosh. You guys are so amazing. I forget sometimes how talented this group is, how supportive this group is, and how brave you all are in your crafting life. Like the fact that you go, I'm going to try color work, and you do it and you stick with it. Huge. The fact that you want to write a book, you write a book and you have a whole genealogy page for the characters is incredible to me. Deciding that you want to do a hand spun sweater or two and spinning that all up during Tour de Fleece blows my mind. The 461 crocheted, bears, or learning how to spin, all of those things, you guys are just incredible. And I hope that you're all very aware of that. I know I'm being really mushy because I've been away for a while and I missed you all, but I watch in my world and my life around me, I watch people be incredibly hard on themselves because all they ever think about or all they ever see are the shitty things about them. And we all have shitty things about ourselves. And so that's what they focus on. And it breaks my heart because most of them are really incredible people. And that includes all of you. So I hope that you believe me. And I hope that you realize that about yourself. And if you don't, then please take a moment and really look at these pictures that you share with me because they're incredible. You're incredible. I'm going to cry. Jeez. It's the tequila from my margarita, I'm sure. I have the best community for Boss Kitty. I couldn't ask for more. And I really appreciate all of you that have been here since our Twitch days. I appreciate those of you who hopped on, from Alt Knots and other viewers when we went to YouTube. Those of you who just showed up today, to those of you who've been here for 6 years, I really appreciate all of you. And I'm so glad that you're all here. I'm going to try to end this now that I've gotten a little weepy. We will be back on the first Tuesday of the month in August. Well, it's super hot, I'm sure. As soon as that pattern for the sweater vest posts, I will be posting my stuff on social media. And of course, I will share the pattern with you guys on Discord. I might actually give out that, if it's available at that point, I might prize that pattern to somebody on our first show in August. Keep your eyes open over at patreon.com/bosskitty for updates, new stuff. If you haven't joined Patreon, head on over, even join just as a free member. If you aren't ready to commit financially, it's totally understandable. No judgment. Just see what it's about. Join up. No biggie. Other than that, if you're not following us on Instagram, we are at Boss Kitty Shop. Facebook, we are Boss Kitty. You're already here, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button, then that's on you. I mean, you should because you're amazing and I'm amazing, and that works well together. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great rest of your month or 2 weeks or whatever it's going to be. If I see you in Bend, I'm very excited. Stop by, say hi, tell me, all about what's going on. Give me a hug. I love hugs. Maybe ask before you kiss my cheek or something. No, I'm kidding. Don't actually, please. Yeah, boundaries. But hugs are great. I hope to see some of you there for sure. I will see the rest of you hopefully on the first Tuesday of August. Until then, seriously, do something kind for yourself. Realize that you're incredible. And if you're doing Tour de Fleece, knock those goals out of the water. I can't wait to see what you guys make. look for updates on our make along that are coming up in August as well. So until next time, my loves, a wonderful evening. I know TK hates this. I can't